I do not watch a lot of television. I am a movie person through and through. I prefer that viewing experience a lot more over television. What I like about movies more than television is that you can get that full experience in one sitting. Not only do you get to watch a lot more stories that way, but I feel like the stories are a lot more tighter and well written in that 2-hour or 3-hour runtime. So because of that preference, I am way behind on a lot of television that I know I should have seen by now. That being said though, I am trying to get better at it. I am watching a few different television shows right now. I'm watching Yellow Jackets, I'm watching White Lotus, and I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé. If you want to count 90 Day Fiancé, that's reality TV, but I love that shit.
Honey, you can't turn her to a housewife. That's what's going on.
Anyways, I am enjoying those shows a decent amount, but there is one particular show that season finale just aired that it's completely overtaken every single aspect of my mind, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it. But obviously, I'm talking about Severance. How can you not love Severance? I did watch the show in 2022 when it first aired, although I saw it a couple of months after, and I thought it was a really fantastic season 1. It's a show that is so addicting with its premise, concept, characters, and cinematography. Even then, it felt like an airtight show that had no room to be bored, no filler, no useless episodes. Everything that they showed felt completely intentional. It's a show that wasted no time, it felt incredibly unique, and it's just backed with amazing stellar talent. I could talk a long time about the story or the characters, but I'm not really going to do that too much, only because I don't really want to get close to any spoiler details. I just want to talk about Severance in general terms and how it's kind of changed TV for me in this new streaming era. Now, because shows are so expensive to make, when there is a new show released, you usually get that 10 episode deal for whatever streaming service you're watching it on. Now, 10 episodes is not a lot. That's not a big commitment to make if you're watching a brand new show. But from the creator aspect of it, you gotta have these shows take off a lot faster than they used to. Shows can't be like The Sopranos or Lost anymore, where you had all these hour-long episodes in one season. In this streaming era, you have to write a lot more tighter episodes to garner that huge audience, because shows in the streaming era are just way too damn expensive. A lot of them are really lucky to float by, and that's why I feel like I just can't really get into too much TV these days. I'm pretty picky when it comes to television shows. Usually it's either it gets you in the first episode or I'm out. But then again, I can't tell if that season 1 is just going to be a lost cause, or if it's going to take like 3 to 5 years to get another season. I don't really like that type of anticipation. That goes back to why I prefer movies a lot more than television shows, because I like the experience to be over and done with in that one sitting. But Severance is so different. Not only do you get impeccable quality in that 6 or 7 episodes that's in season 1, but the season arcs themselves feel so complete and so well written in a way that even if they were to just be cut off in this streaming era, then that could be a really good ending for the show. The show keeps you on such a tight leash though, that even when I saw the first episode of season 2 after like a 3-year hiatus, I was really skeptical if they were going to be able to carry that momentum from season 1 and keep the quality to par. Well, not only did they do that, but as a matter of fact, they over-delivered. I was not expecting season 2 to be as good as it was. Given how well season 1 was received and how well of an established of an audience Severance had, they could have dragged it for so long. I feel like a lesser show could have taken easily twice the length to tell this kind of story, so that just goes to show how quick Severance is to pick up the story, but also doing a good job at subverting audience expectations. And given that Severance is like a sci-fi mystery show, it is so good at keeping you on your toes. One of my favorite shows of all time is Lost. As wild and unpredictable as the show got in the later seasons, I actually do appreciate all the spiritual and meta sci-fi elements the show had. It can be very bizarre, especially if you're watching it for the first time, but To me, it was one of those bold moves in television that if you loved it or if you hated it, it really did help pioneer a new genre of television. My point is though, Severance reminds me of Lost. Severance is making Lost moves in a fraction of the screen time. Season 2 already had a phenomenal start in reigniting the intrigue in the show, but where I think the tide really changed was in episode 4. They had already proved that they could write an episode, but this was next level. It's what catapulted the season into full throttle, and they chase it. It delivered one of the best episodes I'd ever seen. Shout out to that finale too. This was the episode where they proved they still had a lot more to offer, but also changing everything you thought was possible in the show. Now, only time will tell if Severance is gonna go on to become a much bigger thing, but I'm just trying to help paint out that Severance is an incredible show. Severance is so good at being a mystery show, it's so good at being a drama, and it's so good at being a romance. A single Severance episode can have so much loaded in it, especially with its visual storytelling. The show has a really great set of cinematographers behind it, and what I really liked about this new season in particular is that the farther you go into it, the more they really get to build upon it, especially with how much blank space there is in the show. It's really amazing stuff, and yeah, of this new streaming era, I don't think that there's a show better utilizing the format than Severance. So, final notes, Severance Season 3 is happening. The production on the season is hopefully a lot faster, so we don't have to wait another 3 years. Apple, I know your streaming service is losing a lot of money, but we have to see this through to the end. Don't fuck this up, please. Yeah, I've had Mr. Milchick on my TV this whole time, not only for Good Omen, but that is my favorite character in the show, and I swear to God, man, y'all better push for him to get his Emmy because he is the best. Anyways, that's all.